Hello and welcome to Doug Draws Icons. My goal here is to help you build your visual vocabulary one simply drawn icon at a time. And today we'll be learning how to draw a handshake, which is by far the most complicated icon that we've tackled to date, but also a fun one to add to your repertoire. Here's what that icon looks like, which I will break down step by step next. I find it easiest to start with the sleeve on the left with 3 straight lines, and then the first 2 bits of that hand, and then 4 ovals for the fingers of the other hand wrapping around, then the thumb of that second hand, and then the fingers of the first. Then you finish out hand number 2 and sleeve number 2. There are lots of steps to that process, but let's practice that again in the same order. First, the sleeve on the left, 2 lines to start that hand, 4 ovals for the fingers of hand number 2, then the thumb of hand number 2, the fingers of hand number 1, back to finishing off hand number 2 and sleeve number 2. See if you can follow along this time, practicing on your own, those steps in that particular order, and then we'll start making some additions to this icon, like perhaps adding some motion lines above and below it to denote the hands moving up and down. Another way you might add some meaning to this particular drawn icon is with some text above or below it, like, "It's a deal, let's shake on it." And one variation that you might play around with is drawing more of the sleeve for each person to create a container where you might label 2 of the things that are coming together in this handshake. For example, I've used this to capture the concept of autonomy as presented in the book Hunt, Gather, Parent by Micheline Doucleff, where autonomy is the combination of both independence but also responsibility. Another variation that you might add to this icon is including kind of a circle in the background that I feel like helps make this image kind of pop off the page a bit. It gives some focus to the handshake itself and also create some kind of natural spaces where you might connect this idea to others with some lines or arrows, maybe add some text along the top curve or the bottom one, while making sure to leave some helpful white space within the circle outside of the handshake. I also think this particular icon could work well as part of a larger infographic, perhaps, where you actually list out the different responsibilities, the different components of whatever deal is being made here, whatever agreement you're coming to with this handshake, perhaps by denoting, here are the things that I am committing to, and here are the things that you are committing to. So those are just a few examples of how you might weave an icon like this into some visual notes. If you'd like to dive deeper into that specific topic of weaving more sketches into the note-taking and problem-solving process, then go check out the resources available at verbaltovisual.com. And do stick around here for some more simple drawing tutorials coming up in the near future. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.